Drinks being delivered. That's the last critical piece. This Neo needs a little extra heat to keep those coaching voices well lubricated. My sympathy is there. We're hopping on in. We're ready to go for Inner Circles, one of the delightful surprises, really, this season of Counter-Strike, but certainly of this Pro League. Their story might also come to a close here. They need to keep fighting. A team that's turning heads, originally online, which always raises some eyebrows, and then starting to do it up against the big boys. Seem to very much be here to stay.
That's where they head. That's going to be an all-in play from Rain, going aggressive with the P2000. No connection with the dual Berettas, and the USP from Twist holding it together. Finally a swing for Brokey. Leaves it into a 2v3. Brokey looking for much, much more. Deals with the pressure through the cave side. It is all him left on this B side of the map, but he's getting help. Rotation coming through from Frozen quickly. In the reposition for Brokey, the back is handed over.
Uh-oh.
He has no idea. Onik only a matter of time before he's dropped, and Brokey able to deliver in the closing statement.
That's a big boo-boo early. Probably assuming that the player might have rotated out of cave to take up the ramp post, but because of where Frozen was coming from, didn't necessarily need that. So, brilliant round from Brokey. Nice start here for a guy who could be somewhat mercurial for this team. It's always good to start him with a heater.
Hey man, Twist there. Those two headshots out of Twist to start things off as well. That just allows for Brokey to thrive in that environment. You don't expect one more around the corner, especially not with dual Berettas after you did so much damage onto Rain and Twist.
What a luxury for this team to be able to get Twist back. It's a nice start to this round, and it's a testament to how much love he had for this roster. We always knew that. He made no
no secret?
What's the word I'm looking? Secret. There we go. That's the word.
Gotcha.
No secret of that. Still a lot of fond feelings for his teammates over here. But we knew, based on what's been publicly stated, there was essentially too late of a start to the negotiations to actually keep him on the team when he decided to make the move over to Liquid.
Yeah, it was that run of grand finals that they kept on making where he was, you know, constantly winning with the FaZe side, constantly making it into these deep runs, and it was like, oh boy, you gonna leave this roster? You gonna leave it for Liquid? I mean, it was a pretty exciting Liquid team that was also being built at the time, you know, with the Cadian combination. It felt like there was going to be a lot of success in that department. Obviously, that didn't work out, didn't last too long, but you could see the vision around the team build that Liquid were having back in the day.
It was a tempting project for sure. But you do wonder if maybe the negotiations had started a little earlier, if Twist might have just stayed this entire time. Either way, FaZe get to correct what they clearly view to be a bit of an error. Here's a faster play in towards B. Inner Circle making inroads. Bomb has crossed. The reinforcements are here rapidly to try and cut this off, and Kerrigan might be a little ahead of schedule. Totally unexpected. Finds the first. Maybe they're not expecting a second to come through, but Rain is dealt with. And now advantage on for IC. They're burning. It's not so icy at their feet. And two players gone. One limping. Dowie. There's a wounded Frozen. They need a hero. Quick shot from the one wounded man to the next. And now this retake. Going off. No kit here. These kills, they need them quick. There's the last player spotted. Dowie dancing around the pillar. Brokey's got the kill and he's found the kit.
It's all good there. Brokey able to seal it on up with another clutch coming through from him to shut things down. That's a big bonus from FaZe. Two MP9s brought into the mix, both on the flank. And Twist waiting so long to finally pull the pin on his play. Ends up catching them by surprise, and that's more good utility usage. FaZe flushing them out of those positions and towards long, which usually is a round winner for the T side. Ends up queuing them into a fight that they didn't really prepare themselves for. So a force buy, a 1v1, you go back into a force buy again. You're going to try and keep the pressure on this FaZe side. But now they've got rifles, full guns out into the mix, no question about it. Off and play as well for Brokey, who started this one off 5-0. Impact play from him. And the B site, once again, seems to be the primary target of this T side.
4 rounds. 4 plays towards B. Rinse and repeat seems to be the name of the game. This time smokes come out to block the ramp. They still want to go. Another smoke. It's gonna make life downright difficult. That helps. Kerrigan blindsided through said smoke. And Rain Stolen is lonesome for the moment. Twist is trying to come into support. They are gonna back away. There's still plenty of time. There's a minute. There's just no more real utility here for Inner Circle.
And another smoke. Tossed in to maybe shake up the decision making, but that's a well-placed headshot. Boosted up and so patiently waiting for his time to strike. Now Brokey, the attention is going to be on him with the op. Is ready for the amount of resistance. Walks around the corner, surprised. Dawi catches that with ease. This is Inner Circle showing a lot of patience here. They catch the re-aggression down B, but that's a cue to walk into a very open A-bomb site and for FaZe to go ahead and call it a day.
Yeah, that just sets the exit path. Might be trying to make that exit cost a little bit more. And actually, they are going to hunt this up quite a bit. So these guns, far from safe. FaZe will be conceding their first round. Here comes the wrap. Frozen's missed the pass on the door. Twists to punish the first. Can do no more. You don't want to lose all the bodies yourselves. There's the spot. And Frozen is going to make this very expensive indeed. So they might just let him hang on to this.
Terrorists win.
Circle getting a little bit aggressive on that hunt. They know it came down to a clutch just around prior to this, so taking one extra gun out there. A lot of patience shown out from Inner Circle there. I was thinking, are they going to continue to brute force? They could have walked headfirst into the stack. Instead, they show a little bit of that discipline on display, reroute the play towards A, and just have to deal with Brokey. Not an easy task, but they caught him by surprise. We're not seeing an all-in buy. And kind of a surprising call from FaZe, with Twist having so much money in reserve.
Still putting 3 Deagles around this. Having the one extra gun picked up here for Twist. There's a lot of danger. We know FaZe are no strangers to a cheeky Deag. I would not be feeling great about this for Inner Circle, even if they could see the buy. Lack of util is really going to be the problem. Oh, back in. Kerrigan. Showing a little too much shoulder. Put those things away. They violate dress code.
Send him packing.
On the smoke. Rain wants to use it. He's been rebuffed from the first foray.
Challenge this B set again. Execution. The utility looking good. Oh, but Rain chases down his kill. He's going to look to dance around the spam. That smoke soon going to fade here, and he's going to be overexposed. Bomb going down, cave control established, and you got to trust that this flank can somehow help out this round here, but it's a little delayed. Slow moving from Twist and Frozen with the 2 rifles.
Yeah, they're going to keep the rifles alive. They're not going to commit them in. This is very diligent. A little unexpected from FaZe, to be honest. But they want to keep the money. They want to play the long game here, so they never did advance on that flank. Brokey trying to link up with them. Maybe just play for exits. Okay. Back-to-back rounds now on the board for Inner Circle, continuing their insistence on this B site, but finding some success with it as well. Clearly, the game plan here is B hits.
Yeah, they made that statement. Constantly targeting that B bomb site there. Maybe makes a little bit of sense considering that's where Rain is kind of adjusting to, so we've seen some passive setups from FaZe trying to make things easier.
When did we see the aggression? We've got the incendiaries now. It's not perfect on the util, but it's good. This is where you can start to see those aggressive takes outside of B main, trying to fight in towards the doors, make them a little more uncomfortable. Well, this time at least the bulk of the presence is going to elbow early, and FaZe want to bring the fight. Frozen right on the edge. Looking the right way on it. Delivers himself right to his waiting arms. Running out of bullets, but still finding headshots. Swaps to the next. Can't get it turned around in time. Still Frozen has done his work. Well, Twist will be able to slip back into the cave. With his head still intact. His teammates are now a man up, thanks to the strong work of Frozen.
Yeah, right now they're getting a better picture with Kerrigan's aggression through A main as to where this play's heading. Brokey, thinking about it, but he holds the line instead and invites the outplay to head into his crosshair. And that patience going to be rewarded. You still have the flank activating.
In this particular moment, man up, Fleerax on the edge of a fading smoke could be a problem. For the moment, it seems like their focus is back on B here, Cole.
Oh, that makes sense. That lines up with the targets they've been going for. Brokey's op in a position, though, to deal with the pressure. Waiting for Fleerax to make a move through Red Room. And Rain in transition. The smoke just since fading. Can he find anything in this off angle? Starting to scale up, and they give him a hard clear. Lots of damage done, but no kills converted. Brokey's op turns his way, but a bit of a whiff. And now an equalizer found. Frozen will tie things on up. 2v2. Waiting for this massive flank here. The patience from Inner Circle again could pay dividends. Kerrigan gonna run around that corner. Neefy, he definitely spotted him. He definitely saw him. The bomb is making a run in towards A. Onyx decides to leave his team in the dust and give himself a chance in the 1v2.
Like the idea. Gonna have a lot of time. We can see with our omniscient view that there's plenty of time for the reposition. Gonna get himself up by the tree. Little self-boost, hop off the sign. Nice bit of movement there. And maybe unexpected as well. This is gonna catch him off guard. First one found. Great transfer. Beautiful. Onyx all the way.
We're hunting for the clear there. Didn't realize where he was in that elevated angle. All the time in the world to set him up in the post. Put a lot of faith. Bet on himself right there. And it pays dividends. Able to establish that win in the post plant. Onyx showing up clutch. And it is a scrappy force, but it's all in. Saw the discipline play when FaZe were up 3-1 early. Now we're seeing them get scrappy. Trust in the mechanics, trust in the firepower. Some of that utility missing though, and instantly sidelining Kerrigan on his aggression. His campaign down the ramp will blow up in his face.
The round might have with it. I mean, at this point, it's just Rain with a 5-7 to defend B. And we know who likes B. It's Inner Circle. If there's one thing they love, it's to take at this site, and they're going to do exactly that. So that could be all she wrote on this particular round of play. Unless Rain can do something truly magical out of the cave.
5.7's a pretty nifty gun.
Pretty good. Not bad.
But I'm with you. Opportunities limited. Now you do see the rotates start to get involved in time. They're close range here, looking for smoke spam. Bomb's still yet to go down. But they're starting to run away now in the meantime, so.
Bagging it up.
A little bit of hope there.
All right, boys, shift's over.
5-7 versus Tech 9 here.
I take the tech.
Ooh.
The trick was to say that right as it happened. A genius like that.
Right as Rain looked away from the fight.
Yeah, that's the trick. You want to know which one's the better gun? It's the one that's looking at the opponent. So serene. So beautiful. I feel like someone should make an ancient-themed terrarium. Like a little miniature landscape in an aquarium type of thing in a fish tank.
Yeah, just a little bit of greenery, some bricks.
A little bit of greenery.
Terrorists win.
Beautiful.
I mean, honestly, it's funny. I've never looked at that part of the map. But nice to see some of the hidden beauty.
If you're taking a man and you're looking at that part of the map, you're probably getting shot in the head.
Fair enough. Yep.
It was like
you focus, eyes on the prize.
in the old train, there used to be a grill on top of Pop Dog, and nobody ever noticed it because you were busy looking at Pop Dog to make sure you didn't get swung. I like small details. Bring the maps to life. Add more grills. Yes, please. Inner Circle doing some cooking so far in this half. They brought it back even.
Found a sweet spot in the map here. And are trying to test the waters over and over again, but this time a shift up.
Yeah.
A play here. One of the rifles is presenting. We're ready to go. And everyone else is starting to make the rotates. A little bit of poking and prodding, and they're going to assemble the stack. Frozen has to do some early damage. This is a crazy off angle. Oh, but he dropped it. Made some noise, and that's a swing with conviction there. Able to find the opener. Those rifles hit the dust quickly. Twist not able to hold it together. Kerrigan will pick up a gun for himself and smoke spam. They're going to start to lock in on this site.
He's committed. He's committed with this rifle. Flames to the back. Has to go forward, and forward spells ruin, spells death. Ruin spells a lot like rain. But he not ruin any of the plans of Inner Circle right now.
Terrorists win.
Spam through a body. Tapped on down. Inner Circle into the lead.
Taking themselves round advantage here for the first time outcome.
Oh, look at the penguin.
Phase. You like that penguin. Feet
I haven't
keeping him upright.
been able to catch any of the Inner Circle games at Pro League. Do we have a name for that penguin?
That's a good question.
Do we have details on the penguin?
Good luck charm. Inner Circle. We'll see. They can continue their good fortunes. Now taking the control of that A side. Be able to work some space. See if they can continue that conversation towards middle as well. It's been a point of avenue. Frozen's been shutting it down, though, to be fair. When he's had his firepower, when he's had the backup, he's been able to deliver on the multis. This time more of a concession. Passive angle. They're waiting for the reaction here, the utility to be sprung up, and then they're going to swing through this. Utility all coming through and a reaction coming out of the FaZe clan side. They collapse on middle, but as they're doing so, it's A that's left vulnerable.
What a perfect response, right? Just as that pressure middle play is coming in, now you can section them off. Knifey getting damage out on towards B, so you've got your options open as well. Just as players in the middle of the map you got to contend with. Rain blinded up, smoked off in the donut. That's the worst kind of donut to eat. A smoky one. And at this point, this trio of FaZe may just try and find safe haven. We've been saying that a lot. FaZe getting blanked out of a ton of these rounds, but it seems like they found a gap. They'll move the bulk of this presence through. Knifey, that one problem on the lurk, potentially, to take guns out of their hands.
I mean, he could do a lot of damage here as well. Depends on how far FaZe want to fade away. Right now, avoiding his contact so far. Be able to escape it entirely. He's going to start to get loud about it. Might have caught him off guard either way.
There was some shooting there.
Extra guns being taken down. It's still FaZe that are left in the same old here, which is a big problem. Got to figure out a way to deal with the reactions. Inner Circle feeling like they're a step ahead. You can tell by that call, and he did actually end up finding that finishing kill there as well. But you could see Inner Circle side or a step ahead. The timeout called. It felt like they knew that mid-aggression, or rather re-aggression, was going to come through. They baited out with their utility. They hear FaZe's utility, and now Brokey and Frozen.
Oh boy.
Throwing all caution to the wind.
You got to do something. You got to do something, because right now, 6 of the last 7 rounds for IC is just too much for you to contend with. Especially with the limitations in all these rounds, you got to find some sort of momentum play. Something to change your fortunes. Twists, dropping the smoke. Trying to stall this out, hoping that they come through. The 5-7 could be at its effective range. But at least for the moment, it's not going to happen. Tag up on the flea racks.
Oh.
And a quick assassination from Knifey. Keeps Frozen from slipping away. There's nobody on the A side. They're going to go for a stack. Can't blame them for this, but it does mean Fleerax sticks his nose around that corner. He's going to find a whole lot of room.
Hoping that they would have done enough to scare them off of this bomb site, but that kill through Donut invites them further in. Twist on a campaign to recover some of this mid control, so maybe a fight through Donut, because Inner Circle is still yet to strike through A main. Considering utility, finally tossing it in, that's going to queue it up. The realization setting in where the target is. FaZe going to get in a position in time. It's going to have to come down to Rain, though, in his rifle to stop this bomb plant. And he's going to get protected right now. Rain able to offer up one. Twist coming through as a reaction. It just leaves Fleerax left into the 1v2. He can't get it done. Twist too sharp. And FaZe able to recover.
That long, winding mission gets Twists an extra gun and gets FaZe an extra round. Much needed as well. I mean, after that initial exchange, we were wondering whether it was just going to be a little bit of a gamble and an attempt to the save, but FaZe still willing to contest, still willing to brawl, and now into this final round of play. All to do here to try and tie this up. This is Inner Circle's map pick. This is their choice. And if FaZe can bring the fight to them here, that would bode very well for the FaZe clan.
I like to see that if you're Brokey. Turn that corner, instantly 1D someone. You start off the round with a 4v3. Twist, who you played alongside in that play, is able to close it out as well. Inner Circle called their first time out, want to end it with a lead heading into the second half. I think the op for the T side coming out for the first time. He actually did have it earlier on in the half. But we'll see how it's used up against Brokey's scope as well. All the tools you could ask for both these squads. Twist and Kerrigan rocking the AKs. This time they will fight through middle. That's where Frozen's been able to do a lot of damage here. Utility barrage, but not as much damage being done this time around. And mid control is conceded here. Space being grabbed, and Kerrigan with the smoke still in play, but there isn't an easy way out of this position. Will he be hard cleared? It's a big question. Dobby overlooking his angle. A 1-for-1 though. At least a nice trade from Knifey. And Brokey follows it up as well. So a 4v3 hanging in there. They're going to target this beast bomb site, it feels again. Trying to finish where it all started.
Back to what was working for so long. Why not, right? Why not? Well, I can answer why not. It's because there's 3 players right here. Twist, Rain. It seems like the adjustment was to move Twist so much more over towards this side of the map, right? Shading here more often was the solution that FaZe found. Now on they move. Twist first point of contact here. Going to be able to deal with the first. Onyx next up to bat. Fleerax though, opening up some questions. Twist so dang good. Spins about all you need to hold on to B. recovery for the FaZe clan, making it work here. Starting off well, then a whole bevy of rounds for Inner Circle as they found the weaknesses of the map, only for FaZe to paper them over, repair, respond, and now a whole lot of util. Oh my goodness, they've even got a decoy out on Twist.
Was seemingly the solution for that first half there on some of those B-holds. B-hold solution for Inner Circle is to give the site over. Snifey thinking about it? Not quite. He's going to wait things out just a little while longer, and now setting Kerrigan up with a flashbang. Clears out the flank, doesn't spot anything, but is still prepared. Decoy tossed in as well, trying to back him up. The chase down coming through from Dawi has to connect, and it does. Opens up a pathway into this retake, and Knifey doing just the same. Has to strike with the dual Berettas, but Frozen is cutting it off on the cross, and they aren't allowing for them to make a move on in. A 10-second defuse, and all of them chewed on up and spit out by FaZe.
Oh my goodness, the new triumvirate taking shape in this FaZe clan. Twist back in, Frozen in the ROPS spots at times. Starting to look downright nostalgic for the FaZe fans, I'd assume. Especially while Rain's still here.
Yeah, absolutely. Watch some of those pistol rounds getting converted. So much utility backed up there. Feels like Kerrigan has something special.
Someone's got to do the blurry Peter Parker putting on his glasses or taking off his glasses meme with the Three Musketeers of yore and now of now. Maybe we wait for them to remind us a little bit more. There's more to do. There's a lot more work to do.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep that run up. They're going to have to muster up some of the stand-in, FaZe classics.
But I will put that request in.
But we'll get there.
Send it to us at the DHL mailbag at efg.gg if you get a chance. If anyone feels like they're crafty. Shoppy. Kerrigan. He's about to find a whole lot of USPs.
Yeah. Or just walk on by them, maybe find a whole lot of cleared A bomb site.
That's the best part.
Now he farms up the cash here. How much money can be made? 1, 2, jumping by. They're making it tricky. Gotta get the reload off. He's calling in for some help. Jumping around the corner there. Kerrigan looking for a maul. He got his ace stolen by a team kill.
I think
They'll take the 4K.
Does an ace that includes a TK where they were trying to kill you count?
Maybe not in the numbers, but in our hearts.
Like a staggered ace?
Yeah.
Assisted ace.
Assisted ace.
Traitor ace?
Traitor ace.
Let's call it a traitor ace. I like traitor ace.
Over the case. Kerrigan going to take that round with ease. That's a lot of money stacked up. No casualties taken. See if they can continue to work things. It was Kerrigan that was flying through middle every round, it felt like, on Ancient last time and creating a lot of space for his squad. He's going to look to do that again, but this time Onyx ready to meet him. There's a whole lot of resistance. A little bit of a punch back here, though, from Twist. Going to sit him sidelined here. Chasing it down, though, is Dawi. They don't relent on this mid-aggression here. Maybe he can get caught because of it. Frozen evens out the odds here. And a 2v2 with 1:20 left on the clock. And another fight.
To cook. Knifey's just bringing them to fight, just bringing them to the brawl, but he wasn't prepared for them to be aware. For them to be on the angle, Brokey always ready.
They're hiding a T-spawn.
I'm a little bamboozled now. They're
going to walk into the trap.
I mean, they still have a minute, so sure, yeah, oh, good.
Oh, he's never going to expect this. He's done for. He's toast. Brokey's patience paying off. That is ridiculous.
What an absolute troll way to win that round. You get the kill. You give yourselves a 1v2. A 2v1, rather. You don't know where that last player is, so you just bide your time and wait.
Oh, that is brutal.
That's got to be so frustrating.
Gary's going to like that one. A little bit of patience put on display there. FaZe letting their opponents do the heavy lifting for them. That's a 4v2 that they have to fight back from. It felt like that's exactly a dream start for Inner Circle, right? You see FaZe go all in on middle. You completely shut it down. You walk away with the 4v2, but as you're escaping, Frozen slides through the smoke like a little snake in the grass and sneaks a couple kills away. And that 2v2 falls to pieces. The fate that you can place now in your map aggression is going to be stunted by how passive FaZe played that 2v2 as well. What can usually be a big win condition for these teams is aggression, even in those late round situations, is now a curse. And Rain opening things up. Twist loves to spam that wood wall, and he's going to find himself another kill because of it.
We saw him close a clutch with it yesterday, 2 days ago. What is time anymore? It's interesting to see Kane standing behind the inner circle guys. They also have JR on the coaching staff, but Kane required this time. Guy with a ton of experience. The likes of Na'Vi. That's a gun. Guns are nice. Rounds, nicer. But guns are nice, Cole.
Yeah, especially when there's not much options for rounds in this one. Looks like I'm going to do a little bit more there, dodging it. Maybe some more kills could be nice as well.
FaZe is risking this AK to try and find some more of those kills.
I think that's a spot that out. Pretty clear answer as to where you exit the round, and that is not through T-spawn. Still going to test the MP9 here, and bomb damage is going to do quite a lot, so you got to make a great escape. Another kill coming through there. Dawi feasting up some economy before he's dropped, taking it out of the hands of their opposition. Not the worst end of the round right there for the side of Inner Circle.
No, perhaps not. But we are again seeing a situation where Inner Circle are just putting themselves behind the deficit. They managed to pay it off in the first half. They managed to fight back and find their 6 rounds. But they started very late, right? And now we see the guns come out. We've got the AWP for Fleerax. We've got most of what we want. Still an MP9 for Onyx. But you just haven't left yourself a huge margin for error. And Brokey's bringing the scope to bear here as well. Seems like maybe some faster control A main for FaZe. And right now, at least, it's heavy presence focus from Inner Circle on middle. Not so many eyes on A.
Try and throw a bit of a fake here for Twist, and teammate alongside him, and Kerrigan tossing in the deception. Twist is scaling up.
Yes, they pulled everyone off the site. Twist these kills that sells it. He's just taking B. It was a fake. It was a ruse. But he's done all the work himself, and now they'll have no idea. As Fleerax goes back to check, Brokey's on the angle. It's disaster for Inner Circle. And Twist continues to hunt. He is out for blood today on Ancient. And blood he shall have.
Oh, that's just the perfect drawn up play right there. Your fake finds it all. 3 kills out of Twist. Just making that happen in thin air. Easy access on the entry. Kerrigan setting them up with flashes. The smoke spam to follow it up. Twist making anything happen here. He's making everything happen in the round, causing the rotates. Of course you're going to rotate. You just took the site by yourself. And Inner Circle don't know where to head in that round. I got to figure out where their head's at. Twist is shaking things up completely. He is taking control on Ancient. 20-8, had a monster first half and is continuing it into the second. That's the sort of magic they were hoping to get out of him here on this FaZe squad, and he is bringing it right now.
Attention for Inner Circle. They made this work on the buy here. There's so many limitations this time around. Fleerax was demolished in that fight with Brokey last time. Distracted and moved off of his position. So it's going to be knifey to receive. Trying to get into support. Fleerax is actually pushing the flank with that AWP. This can get really weird. Donut player, 1 traded. Bomb likely to go down, though there's presence still in these post plants. And forcing it in the flames leads to a burning knife. V. Now with that kill, this should be okay. This should be a lot more comfortable. Rain out in the open. Actually gets the dink, gets the tag. So confident here for Rain. The man who's not even supposed to be in this roster anymore just picks them apart and secures map point for FaZe.
Oh, it's such a breeze as well. They take all the guns out of their hands. What could have been an opportunity to try and run away. Give yourself another chance with the op. That's not something Inner Circle at this point are interested in. They know they need some rounds on the board. Can't believe what hit them.
Frustration, desolation setting in here, unable to do anything on their defensive side. Now they've got to run 6 in a row if this is going to happen, and they're going to go towards a very aggressive stack. Util dumped out, they want B main control, but for the moment at least, FaZe is letting them have it all. Yeah, come to us. We got Brokey waiting around the corner, and now Onyx is looking much worse for the wear.
Yeah, that's a scary start right there. You want to get aggressive, you thinking about tossing in some utility to press the issue. And you want that control down the ramp, but instead you get tossed back by the AWP shot. You go down low, you still have the stack at least. Smoke goes in towards the doors, not going to be respected. They walk through with silent approach and twist, deadly, but VRAC's able to answer the call. A couple kills out of his FAMAS, and Brokey misses with the op. So many different opportunities, but Kerrigan walks through a smoke. That's the A site cracked open. Kerrigan not realizing that just yet. We'll take a bit of a slower approach.
They don't want to make the blunders here, and actually the clear out back in towards mid could be huge, but Frozen just waits. And again, as we've seen so often this map, when FaZe find something to make Inner Circle uncomfortable, they just press the brakes. They slow it right down, and they wait for the move on in. Kerrigan that time caught flat-footed. Now that smoke's not where it's supposed to be. There we go, that's a little bit of a better correction.
They're running it back towards... Okay, no, they realize.
Checking the flank, I guess.
Potentially. Gonna need to keep a player in donut right now. Frozen walking away from the space, and they gotta figure out where exactly the opposition remains. Planted for donut.
It's a risk.
Bomb has been planted.
They get it down. Now Brokey can get on the angle, but he can't scope in time. Frozen's still wary about where that second piece is coming from, and he can't quite find the spray, so we're not done yet. They will not be blanked out of this second half of Ancient. Inner Circle have some fight.
Had the final hurdle right there, able to escape the crosshairs. That felt like more of the same though for FaZe. As you said, hitting the brakes on that advantage play when they're able to claim it. Some opportunities maybe missed that FaZe could have simplified and taken advantage of, but I can't blame them for trusting their instincts there at all. So timeout called, the last of which Inner Circle can bring into the mix, knowing that they just got a lifeline.
Inner Circle's trying to avoid the fate of all these other Stage 1 teams that have made great roads, that have surprised, that have upset, that have brought good wins in. But now up against the top-end competition, we're seeing them fall one by one. Hotu, gone. Gentlemates, gone. Inner Circle, worried that they could be following. Context again, this is their map pick. They had a 6-all start. Haven't really been able to build here, but one round is how it starts. It's how it begins. Unless you run right into Brokey. That is still a tag. Not for a lot, but it is still a tag.
That's a nice shot right there, at least for some damage. Just showing how sharp the mechanics really are. Bit of it's out of connection on the kill. Kerrigan working his way up middle again, though. So effective at sneaking his way into these deadly positions, and Twist is saying, hey, guys, they're collapsing on me. There's space to be taken elsewhere. 2 players drawn attention. Twist buying time, staying alive in the cubby and doing even more damage. Op finally trades, but it opens up all of the map. The A site completely vulnerable, and this flank going to be arriving too little too late.
He's been so good in these flanking spots outside of B, right? They just have to put so many resources to just dealing with him that it buys a ton of space for his teammates to work, and he's still getting kills as well. This is a triumphant map for Twists. Brokey looking to put it to bed, looking to put it to rest, and he's done exactly that. It's all onto Karen. There's just no room in. One headshot snapped over Karen. Can he do this? Flashbangs to Harry to push him off of that defuse. No time to spare. Has to move. Has to go now. Has to find one of these fights, and they're giving him nothing. Toying with him. Dancing with the footsteps. And Brokey's pistol puts Ancient in the rear view.
That is a masterful map right there from Twist, from Kerrigan as well. Some of these mid-round calls feels like more of the same for this team, locking in improvements. And you look at some of the struggles that they had to capitalize on the massive advantage early on. They even shored that up towards the tail end of that first half as well with those 2 rounds in a row. And you mentioned the utilization of Twist in his, the same way that he used to. Be cool to see as well, kind of let him get unleashed.
I'll be curious to see how they approach that, right? Because he is a guy who's defined that position in so many ways here on Nuke. Let's see what's going to happen. Inner Circle better bring some serious rumblings if we're going to get a full series out of this. They need every ounce of prowess they possess, every ability to upset, every little scrap of firepower, because this is a FaZe that has come ready to play today, and it may just end on Nuke.
That's what they have prepared here. Twist looking for a little drop down on towards Mini.
Onyx coming his way.
Some damage being done here. Onyx is giving him a fight towards the ramp side, and they just overwhelm. It's 3 kills instantly to start off the pistol. And now the chase down coming through again. It's FaZe waiting for the reaction to come through from Inner Circle, and they're going to walk right into the trap. It's a crossfire for Brokey to knock down the last 2 pins, and FaZe set up the trap.
Well,
they fully capitalize.
If you were wondering if Inner Circle were going to mix up the way they play, no, is the answer. Go for massive aggression off of the pistol round. Try and crunch in towards lobby. Try and fight out the ramp. And then when that doesn't work, they keep going for it, which, I mean, you've already committed, right? You might as well go it all the way through, but just no success here.
I know what's next here right now on FaZe. Every play, they're a step ahead. They're showing how favored they are in this matchup. Forced by his reaction. Inner Circle need to get some defensive rounds underneath their belt. They want to see things carry forward here, and the scout tack doesn't quite connect. Another chance, another opportunity, and on the escape, trying to run away, doesn't make it. There's a player in the back of the garage, or no, not quite.
No, down below. Drop down to the knees. On a cut down behind smoke. Whatever percentage we had in this round is quickly evaporating. This would be some round swing indeed if one of these players managed to bring this back.
Just taking more and more damage. 5v3, guess what FaZe are going to do?
Pump the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's been working pretty well.
Yeah, I don't hate the idea from them. I think Inner Circle also kind of reacting to this.
Just going to let them sweat. Stew.
Every second that you don't see the contact is another second they can start to creep and crawl your way. Molly burst that still forces a drop. Knifey ready to go with the Deagle is going to need some instant headshots that just don't come through. Another player maybe can surprise, but Twist continues to fire up, and they still look cautious. Eventually able to strike there on the Twist, taking him down. A lot more around the corner though. Dawi got an MP9. If you want to hold on to that MP9. Might look to give it a go, but he knows chances are limited.
This is a team that's just looking supremely confident that they know how Inner Circle like to play, that they're very content to play within that structure to try and draw them out into the peaks that they know they're going to go for. They're always having that awareness to just make sure you don't get overlooked by somebody. It's a very calm FaZe, which I feel like is not something I'm used to describing FaZe as on a regular basis. Frenetic, magical, surprising. Calm isn't usually the word I use for this team.
Yeah, and usually a team that I'll say is not all that accustomed to starting off rounds comfortably with opening duels. Sometimes it requires some of the star power to pull back man deficits, which they can't do in the series. I've already shown it, but they are giving themselves so many advantages that calm nature can constantly show up.
I think it reflects in the smile that we're seeing on Neo's face. As a coach of FaZe for this long, he's probably gotten used to losing half of his hair in rounds that they win.
Yeah, you get to see them play a 3v5 and make no errors. Let Inner Circle be the initiators on those plays, and creates a lot of comfort in the calls here. As well, this basic Twist working out towards the outer yard, but a P250 on the edge of the smoke is what finally will shut down Twist and his prowess.
Gun might be retrievable later, but for the moment they don't want to risk it. Now here comes the presence. Util out, making it uncomfortable. One found. Dink onto the next as well. This is getting very interesting indeed. Bomb retrieved. Good spray from Kerrigan to keep the flank off at bay, but continuing to find their damage. Falls to Brokey and Kerrigan in a 2-on-2. And the flank is coming through. Fleerax picked up that rifle, dropped outside, and he's bringing it in to the flank. Nice check from Knifey, trying to stall them, trying to coax them back the other way, because now Fleerax might just have an opportunity to capitalize.
They should be overlooked, right? Certainly, Kerrigan gonna turn that corner, not checking it. And he immediately repositions Brokey. Hearing the footsteps. He's going to try and make a path through this round. Where do you go, though? Hearing a player right above him, down the vents, is the right idea. That'll create the most safety, the most time to get in position.
Fleerax has made no secret of his presence, but that was maybe to try and distract from Knifey, who has also been completely eluded. Chance for the plant. And now they know. Fleerax, you don't want to play ahead of your teammate. Kind of did exactly that, but Brokey slips back by Decon. Sets up on the sinks to try and wash away this 2v1 attempt. Top of the bomb would coax him out. Knifey not moving just yet. And that's nice awareness from Brokey, not to be faked out by that tap. Now door open. Now the headshot's delivered. Body instead. Cool hands for Brokey.
That's what you see right there. When they do need to pull back, a little bit of clutch factor, they can still call upon that magic. Brokey able to deliver in the 1v2. Just surviving that last exchange. Nailing these comfortable kills. Inner Circle's quick window back into this, getting activated around earlier than they would have thought. Said they have to wait for the gun rounds here. Still bring some intensity into this mix, though. No op to match Brokey's, but aggression flying by. Frozen already sidelined. A huge statement showing that Inner Circle are not going to give up on the game plan.
No. They got to play like them. They got to play to their own identity. This is what got them here. There's no reason to stray too far away from it. Smokes create a curtain here. Nade pop. No one's behind it. At least not for the moment. Bomb's still disjointed from the rest of the team, so if they wanted to go through with this, they need to escort the C4. And Knifey's gotten in position down lower. The smokes are going to fade. There's one more, but I don't think there's a full another run.
They still have full lobby control with Onyx positioning as well, so if you're in a circle, you're kind of painting the picture as to exactly where FaZe are. You have the game plan, you have the vision, you land the execution behind it. Caught with utility out. Fleerax giving him a lot of duels. Falling deep back in towards spawn. Still feels like a one-way street in this round for FaZe, and that has to be towards that A-bomb site.
So they know they have a player forced back in towards CT. There's only 30 seconds on this. They're going to need to get past him. With this isolated fight, they want to bring the fight to him. Twists going hunting. Shadow gives it up. Fleerax snatches rain, peeks back away. Fleerax up and over, maneuvering. And that might have just thwarted them from even being able to go for this. This is a save. No time to spare. Brokey at risk of going down after the buzzer. But Inner Circle are content to keep their guns up. All 5 alive is too nice a prize. That is an excellent way to get one round on the board.
Absolutely flawless. Able to take some ground from start to finish.
Speak of talking about tempo, right? They go very fast in the front, go for the lobby crunch, get that 1 kill there, and then they're content to play the uber slow game. I mean, really nice work from Fleerax, just being the thorn that prevents them from ever actually going for the execute. But that was nice. Variation coming through from Inner Circle.
Absolutely. They sent Brokey in for aggression. You're going to try and deal with Fleerax, who did that damage last round. Already getting tucked in towards the back of Big Garage, and Brokey, without the wall of smokes, has to be aware of so many different angles here. And double up on the aggression down in towards Secret. Interested in taking a fight early. Twist will get himself stuck in. Brokey also coverage with the op. Now Twist, is he ready for this? He is. Finds the first. The trade is quick from Brokey as well. That shotgun opping, a specialty. And now Knifey forced to run away. Takes half his health for his troubles, but certainly hurt by rain. Here's the reaction. Here's the aggression that comes through when they're a man down. Lobby space taken back, and it is only Frozen to punch back with the Deagle. Find the fights. He does get chased down. Takes Sonic down low, calls it over to the rest of his squad.
But they gained this ground. They gained this site, and as soon as they open the doors, they should be able to realize they can plant this bomb. And with Onyx so low, Knifey not a whole lot better. There's certainly no world where they can test the Molotovs. Do the Flames keep them at bay? for the moment. Does allow time for Fleerax to get down secret.
I don't know if they want to go for this. They're thinking about it. They're making a move forward, but low HP for a couple of these individuals. They're waiting for Fleerax to strike first.
It's just such a tempting prize. But yeah, they haven't been able to get through the lips. This is the unexpected man. Door open, though. That reveals him. And now there's just not enough time on this clock. Might be able to steal away the guns, but they cannot snatch the round. Rookie hunting, chasing, brawling. Not trying to give it all on over, but would love to take this gun away, and that's exactly what happens. Can the op be retrieved? Sounds like it.
I think he got it right there. Not a bad way to end the round. Saving a couple of guns there for the CT side, but that's what FaZe are after. Great awareness from Brokey to catch that double up on the aggro. Twist had a hell of a job dealing with the first, but Brokey splitting his attention, watching Mini, and then just joins up there and backs Twist in the play. 4-1. FaZe getting off to a good start for the T side. Money definitely at a breaking point though with that last round. And aggression towards the outer yard here. Getting stuck in. Op watching over the shoulders. As Twist looking to be the one that activates towards this outer yard consistently. He's going to be diligent on the clear. Going to look to overlook it, and he does find a freebie. Trying to escape this position, gets out of dodge. Survives the re-aggression coming through, but Frozen prepared for it. Deals with 2 in the ramp side. So a 3v3 again. And a new path forward.
This time a faster response coming through from Inner Circle. They've moved the troops down lower. Back by the doors, trying to find a kill, and that's exactly what Knifey will do. Pops this open ahead of time. Very nicely done.
Oh.
And now the double doors out. Players all over. Frozen alone. No more impact. Inner Circle playing their way back into this one.
All comes down to the quick rotates right there.
And there's the noise. There's the noise. I like to see this from Inner Circle. They were so muted from much of Ancient. Need to see some fire come out from this squad.
I know what they just gave themselves for that one. A quick rotation down towards the lower side, playing that round to perfection.
Karen trying to put some life into his young teammates. They're all young. But he is the least.
That's a round to do it. Able to find a 3K, deny the bomb plant. All the heavy lifting created from what he was able to do in that last round. Whatever it takes for Inner Circle to spring to life on this defense, but you do have to survive all in force by in this round, including a Twist AK.
Yeah.
That they're trying to play around.
They're looking at what happened on Ancient, saying, you know what? You be the hero. Has to get past the angle of this op first. And it hits the clock, and now FaZe try and make their move. Cross successful. Not even a tag on that. And Twist is running down secret, but Cairn will not be allowing admission. Able to slip back away.
Oh my
Cairn
God!
Run down. Deagle double entry through the smoke. Kerrigan, are you kidding? He slipped his way down below. He's got the bomb as well. That's going to be a plant. Kerrigan's got himself a rifle, and Kerrigan might have to do that much more.
Ace clutch. They're diving down the
Risking
vent.
this? Double. He knows. He's hurt. One. Knows the second's coming as well.
Oh!
Give him the fight. Dowie could have just kept him locked up. Giving Fleerax the room to operate. This is the ace. Kerrigan, the veteran, does it all! 35 years young for Kerrigan. Finn Anderson is eternal.
He's pushing the limits right there. Kerrigan, an absolutely monstrous round. Just when you need a hero on FaZe to save them, it's not going to be Twist in this one. No, Kerrigan steps up to the plate, making the impossible happen. A double deagle entrance, and there's some of that FaZe magic. Oh, man.
Can you... Unreal. Unreal. There was an entire ESL content piece about totally not believing in the clutch. That featured Kerrigan. He pulls off the ace, the 1v3 to close. And Inner Circle are thinking, what can we do? We did everything we needed in that round, and Kerrigan aced on us?
You got Kerrigan in a 1v3. That's a pretty good spot.
That guy was a star player in 1.6! That was 3 games ago!
And you're right back. FaZe call a timeout. They let that sink in. Give you 30 seconds to bake in the fact that that just took place. And Kerrigan showing more of that firepower. The last little layer, we didn't know we had in him.
No. Unbelievable. Stunning play from Kerrigan. Still feel like I need to catch my breath after that one. Whatever happens in this round, unless it's also crazy, can we just watch the replay of that last one again during our replay segment? This is my formal request. I don't know if we have that tech, but I would like to see it.
Going to be running on replay in the Inner Circle's minds if they can't recover with this, though.
Certainly.
Money's going to be shattered. The half going to be made a statement. FaZe continue to work on this T side, but Knifey has other ideas and great positioning coming through there. Multi-kill offered up before finally traded out. Brokey and Frozen have to play spoiler here, but it's all handled. Dawi stabilizing.
It's okay, though. Inner Circle can breathe a sigh of relief. Kerrigan was already dead. Frozen will follow. So a nice answer. That last was the kind of round that you can let completely boom you. Finding a rebound quickly helps. Still, even now, with the limitations that FaZe will have to deal with, we know this is a team that is just so dangerous. There is always a chance. And this time, Kerrigan doesn't even have armor. There's still plenty of Deegs out for the FaZe side.
Op is held up by Flavrax, and they're trying to react a little bit earlier towards this outer yard, and that's Twist doing what he needs to with the rifle in play. Instantly dismisses the outer yard aggression, and it's going to take space down in towards Secret.
They trusted him with the hero gun again. It didn't work out that much last time, but they put it right back in his hands, knowing the magic the magician can deliver, provided he has his staff. Knifey next to encounter it. Boost up to clear those initial steps. It's the bomb to go first. Could drop it into an uncomfortable position, but actually just crosses. Puts Knifey under pressure. As Reigns made space in towards control.
Ooh, there's Kerrigan. Using his deagle again. Catches Onyx by surprise, and they're caught off guard. Rain waiting for the next play. And they're getting suffocated, snuffed out of this round.
This is exactly what we were talking about with pumping the brakes when you've applied the pressure, forcing them to contend and consider. Fleerax at least comes back to clear out Kerrigan, but that might just give them the bailout path. This bomb's going down, and there seems to be no appetite to do anything about it from Inner Circle. So another round where they come in with one rifle with pistols here, Cole, and they emerge victorious from FaZe.
Kerrigan just being so active in these lobby lurking positions as well. He has been a thorn in the side of these teams consistently. You talk a lot about what he was able to do on Ancient for those T sides. Sneaking his way in towards Red Room, but kind of floating and dealing with the lobby re-aggression here. Looking like a specialty of his as well. And as soon as Inner Circle have the feeling that they can get away with breaking the economy, with shattering FaZe and getting back on track for their CT side, FaZe are able to shut it down. Be the difference maker here. In that round, a lot of use here for Kerrigan. Sides are turned.
Oh, yeah.
We'll take that every day of the week.
Onto the MAC-10 here. Seems like he might just be the most dangerous player in the server. So we'll keep an eye on what Kerrigan's up to. Where he wants to take this gun, where he wants to take this action. It's going to be Fleerax who wants to take all the action right into their face, right around the red box, trying to take the initiative here, keep these rounds from getting out of hands, and he's put Twists down off of the rip. Ooh. Smoke spam nearly finds another. But Reigns made his way into secret.
He's going to expect that he could be the unknown there. Twist, who's been doing a lot of the work towards the outer yard, taken down, but already a reposition out of the op.
FleaRax is ready for this. And now with his double squeaky play, Brokey needs to be prepared. Spots an ankle first, but Knifey's just too quick. No hope of escape. That shot jiggled out, though. Rain gains ground. Need to get that bomb, and, well, that will be denied. The bomb dropped in lobby. Rain's position now cleared out. It is looking clean. And so Kerrigan with a full belt of util, with an AK in hand, with armor and a helmet, thinks that it might be time for the 50-second save.
Your chance to breathe. Back and forth going to continue.
We've had one Kerrigan ace. But what about two Kerrigan aces?
A little 1v5.
A 1v5 action. I know what I want.
No idle zone. What is happening here?
Someone write him a ticket.
Kerrigan's breaking the rules.
Violation. That'll be a pesky fine. And a verbal warning for you.
Only dock you 1 round. Getting off easy this time. I have a feeling I know where this AK is going next round, though.
You think they give it back to Twist?
I think he's going to give it to Twist, yeah.
I don't know, man.
And Twist has decent money.
Kerrigan a hot hand.
Yeah, he is. That's a good point, but he'd rather have a deagle in his hand, I think. Looking good with that gun right now. FleaRax with the op, though, positionally looking very valuable when they need an answer, when they need a response. It is the aggression that's been thrown out there. It's been working wonders, and Kerrigan will keep his AK.
There you go.
This has money for the glue. He can buy it himself.
Yeah, vote of confidence in yourself. That's what I like to see for the young prospect of Kerrigan. FleaRax, speaking of young prospects getting confident, is way past, but Twist is just giving them the complete slip. Took some tag damage through those smokes, but he's away.
I mean, he's in towards secret. It doesn't really feel revealed just yet.
Wants to go back to it. FleaRax is looking for this. This is going to get real weird on the spots.
Oh my God.
Still snaps over. That could have been devastating. As it is, a clear out in towards the ramp. That gun maybe can't be gained, but the ramp certainly can. You can't die here. Can't die here, Onic. Knows he needs to try and keep them at bay, keep them at arm's reach, because his teammates have now taken advantage of that time to reposition lower, and Kerrigan has the A site.
He's so sneaky right now. He's going to be surprising on this A site. Onic has to keep his attention. He's just calling the troops over, saying, hey guys, the water's nice here towards the A side. They fall back in towards lobby, and are going to be able to make their move. Onyx still an unknown quantity, but you can see the nerves of losing that ramp control have created so much panic in the inner circle camp.
Absolutely no nades, so FaZe have to get it done with the guns. Want to take that fight early. Kerrigan was looking for the space, maybe the reroute towards heaven, but instead he finds pain. It's now Frozen trying to keep the lobby clear for them. Did a good job of it so far. But has to be worried about when those mini players will come through. His attention distracted at the wrong moment. Knifey clearing this out, all under Brokey, overwhelmed. Very calm, collected retake there from the inner circle. The nerves of the early map seem to have settled.
All of them looking so patient in that retake, so composed in the 4v4. And that is going to leave FaZe a little bit rattled there. As you said, Kerrigan was looking to create some new ground there, but look at the clear from FleaRax. That's a huge pickup on an angle that you should have been caught off guard every day of the week.
I mean, look, if we're being honest, the 6 rounds that FaZe have already found, pretty solid for the T side here for what they're looking for, but just because of the situation, because of the circumstances, you want everything you possibly can. I don't know that you can necessarily give this one too much of a lean right at this moment in time. FleaRax gonna beat the helm here with that AWP, but it's Dowie to get the first kill. This is that lobby crunch play we see coming back in, but FaZe have the read, they have the response, and they have the overwhelm onto FleaRax down lower. Now that's an op picked up into the hands of Twist for the moment. As they look to plant this bomb, they look to go with speed. No more pumping the brakes, but Kerrigan has gotten into the backlines and nobody's looking for him. Nobody's looking. Twist revealed, but Kerrigan on a Tech 9 could be all the difference. Trying to draw closer. When do they turn? Now they do. Activate only for one. So advantage back in the hands of Inner Circle. Rain looking to plant that in the smoke, looking to bait out a response, try and locate some of these players and set them up for his teammate.
Oh, Brokey. Scope is too much chaos there. He's
How?
It's impossible.
What a time to run out of bullets there for Onic. How on earth has this ended into a 2-on-2? They gotta go fast. They know about this player, but the headshots could be landed. Brokey looking for that last. Does he know how much damage has been done? Doesn't seem to. So he's trying to quick scope, and that just will be too much to ask. A Kerrigan ace, split half. What else are we gonna see here, Cole? Unicorn?
I mean, it feels like it. The back and forth here between these two squads, getting chippy. As the stakes get real for Inner Circle, they got to make that on the T side. They gave themselves some leverage.
They did.
Way to pull up.
Reminiscent of Ancient battling their way back into a half, but you remember what happened on Ancient, and Brokey certainly does. I think they need a reminder. Trying to make the play on towards A. Here they go. Kerrigan up top. Firepower piece back in action here. But only to the tune of 1 this time around. Flying out to heaven come the Angels. Maybe not Charlie's, but Carries. Onic looking for the clutch. Finds the first. Now they're sticking the bomb. Now they know his position. Now he's got to battle back through. They are defusing this right under his nose. And Frozen will keep the nose of Twists downright clean.
Wow. Scary stuff right there. Sticking the defuse. Having to put all the faith in Frozen. Knock that headshot down. Twist believes in his teammate. Not gonna punch from that position. It's gonna be 7. Locked in for FaZe. A little bit more scrappy on this pistol though. A bomb plant. Some good fight shown out of Inner Circle. So they're gonna get 3 Galils into the mix this round. Gonna be tricky for the CT side. Rain back on home turf. CT side out of yard. Ready to run amok. And his first chance here, going to be gifted the opportunity. Knocking down a huge spray down. Playing a bit of an off angle. Going to look to fight in the flames. Eventually topples over, sure, but the damage is set in stone. A 2v4. And so much to recover for Inner Circle. Absolutely nothing given.
Yeah, you're not, you're not getting this done. Maybe watch some Kerrigan demos. You want to make this possible. Not going to happen. All right, I'm going to get off this topic. It just still felt like a shooting star. Beautiful thing.
Something special, that's for sure. You had that moment on Dust too. 3 Deagle shots just firing down range there. Looked absolutely sweet. Wasn't enough then, but this time...
You highlighted it nicely in the break, saying that, you know, the impact of Twist might also be to allow Kerrigan to focus a little bit more on his own play. Alleviate
It's what
a
it
bit of
feels
that pressure.
like. I'm just seeing kills that I feel like Kerrigan misses out on a lot, and you don't really expect that to get better as time goes on.
Out by the red box. Oh boy, Brokey trying to dismantle this take before it even begins. Does so. It's a nice effect. Brokey down, but such a punishing round already. Onik, Dowie trying to find some sort of headshot to give them a chance back into it.
You want to end the round, but you don't want to risk giving over another gun down here. Playing very passive angles. Rain gets the reload off here. Onik gonna have to fight at range. Little wallbang action. Right over the head. You got him lasered in. Yep. And there it is. Nicely done there. FaZe keep it tidy. Only losing a single before they get 9 on the board. And those quick 3 rounds flying by there with relative ease. Gonna set their sights on that 2-2 side of things. Inner Circle. Have to bounce back though. Here's your chance. Gun round in. You got the firepower. You've kept a pretty early pace. Challenging the outer yard. See if that continues.
Seems to be the trend for them is, you know, playing from behind in these halves. Can't let it get too out of whack this time around, because it will be over. They're playing for their lives here at the ESL Pro League. And as they come through this smoke, they're going to challenge Brokey's AWP. Flashbang. That's some discomfort.
Man.
Nade pop, they're already past it. Now do they start to make the moves? Gonna miss that shot, has to duck away as a result. Listening for footsteps, hearing a lot of them. And here comes the motion for Inner Circle.
They already got a player down secret as well. That's big pickup. Frozen sidelined it too. Shutting this round down. I don't even think we're going to see FaZe.
No.
Give this one a go. The 2 players designed to hold the B site. Take it down in a flash. And that'll seal up the round. That'll also drop the op, crucially, into an unrecoverable position.
They have enough money that, especially should Kerrigan or Rain be able to save, they'll be able to drop it over. Either way, the Frozen has cash. There's money for FaZe, is the point. The op is not a complete non-factor, impossibility. They'll be able to restore it, but it is expensive.
That's kind of the...
And Fleerax gets one.
Yeah?
He likes that gun.
Likes that gun.
They gave him the gun.
Pretty good at it as well.
The one that he likes.
That's a very passive round from FaZe to start off the gun rounds as well. You look at kind of scaling in towards that outer yard. You take that position in towards secret. Then you get your ramp players rolling up. And when you don't really feel any resistance on either side of the map right there, that is how these rounds feel very suffocating. You get condensed into such a small choke point. As you can see, that's over there towards the double doors where it's easy pickings. It's open season on FaZe.
It is indeed. At least in that round. Now, FaZe rearmed, restored. Ready. That's Brokey right back to the ramp.
too.
Off the door. Fleerack's looking for this fight. This time, Brokey not looking to be as challenged, at least initially.
Brokey actually mixing it up a little bit, putting his op in towards Secret early. And Rain giving the space in towards that outer yard. More lurking presence. Feels like a very similar structure in this round. This time without an op to deal with. It's Frozen. Lurking about. A lot more emphasis on tossing in HEs for this cross down in. So we'll see if they can link up once more like they did in the last.
I'm going to reposition. The nade comes out. Frozen has to dunk on down. With the cool waters of the B-bomb site. Brokey's pulled off at just the wrong moment. Now Karen has a lot of room to rumble. Wants to go back to support his teammate, but still needs to be wary. Goes back to check.
Oh my God.
This timing is brutal, but he does come back around, snaps for a shot, but as he jumps, Karen is there to collect. Time's becoming an issue, 40 seconds. And Frozen creeps closer into this smoke.
No way.
The unexpected move. How could they read this? But when they don't see him on the site, they know that a player was here. Now he slips back out, and Frozen will punish them for their oversight. Fleerack's 25 seconds, 3 targets to put together. The first will be too much.
They just fucking bend themselves and
What an unbelievable move from Frozen, man. In the heat of the moment, has to make a decision. Those Karns coming in on the back flank right there. Lost his teammate, lost his support. The players try to dive down the vents, are getting cut off as well, so it's all on his shoulders. And diving inside of that smoke, finding everyone from the ramp side. Can't believe he's able to make that play. That window was closing. Almost got caught with nothing, instead walks away with the whole round.
Coup of a play from Frozen. Attention on for Inner Circle. They have the money to make this one work, but this is where it runs out. Best possibility to break FaZe as well.
This gotta be the guy to do it here. He continues to find himself in surprising positions. His primary target on the other end, taken down decently low. Trying to fight forward here. Smoke spam coming through, and that's going to allow for the element of surprise there. Rain sidelined. Looking for more. They get down Secret silently. All of this distraction from the lurk that's been so prevalent towards the outer yard, while his teammates are going to go uninterrupted in towards lower.
Kerrigan with the punish, with the backstab in towards that big garage. Takes a lot of damage in the process, but does he realize what slipped them on by? No one's adjusting to it just yet here from FaZe, so it seems like the answer is nay.
And even though that 1-for-1 goes down towards the outer yard, they're going to have very little to worry about. When they recycle those smokes, get the mollies down in towards ramp, no one close by in rotation. Still have an outer yard lurk.
Do you risk this if you're FaZe?
I don't think they will. B-side retakes are already so difficult. When you have no one down lower, holding off double doors or single, it feels impossible. Twist is going to find one on the out, try to secure the save, but I think a smart decision from FaZe. And again, we're seeing a trend here from Inner Circle.
They are nursing the lead as well. So that probably plays a factor into the decision, keeping the money healthy here. How would you like to see some disruption come through outside to change this up?
I mean, Brokey's op in towards Secret's a good way to do it. I mean, honestly, Raid is usually such an effective piece, but, you know, you still have some questions as to how well-versed, how well-prepared he is, ready to go for this one. And it feels like the FaZe side know there's a vulnerability, so they're giving over a lot of space towards the outer yard. They're not fighting that problem head-on. That's probably what's going to be discussed right now. We got to make sure they're not getting down Secret without any resistance. The timing right now from Kieran is putting way too much pressure on them.
Neo sharing his thoughts in this one. Letting the coach fully take it. Kerrigan listening. So, coach's edicts issued in, now processing. we dive back in, let's see what the adjustment is, what the change-up becomes. Is it the Oppa Brokey? Is it an extra rifling piece? It was Twist that they moved around when there were gaps in the defense in Ancient. It'll be Brokey this time, bringing that big gun to bear.
Yeah, that makes sense. Try and get Brokey involved. Maybe more so centric towards Squeak, but position where you can dive down the vents as well at any time.
Or snap back around for many.
Jason's shot pops off their connection and finished off by Twist, and there's the dive down. Shows his op presence early. Breaks open those vents and is going to get himself tucked in. Now can cut off the crossing towards secret smoke spam combo. And there we go, Brokey on the line, ready to go.
He's got a rifle to support him as well. As Frozen's just ducked under his crosshair. That's the 1-2 punch. That's the difference. Karen's thinking he can dodge that op. Well, there's an extra element here. So there's the change showing itself, and Frozen showing why he is the solution. This map of Nuke has been all his. Now Inner Circle trying to find some sort of a dent to make. Kerrigan gives them a chance. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's right.
There's a path. Look at A. There's no one here.
You see anything here? Rain can collect. He tries to find some damage. He threads in 1 kill in a second just before things get a little too dicey. Rain is able to do some patchwork right there, save the day, secure the 2v4.
You want to take the heavens, you might have to deal with a little rain. Punishment on. Now we are just 2 rounds away from the victory from FaZe, from them continuing this run back from 0-2, knotting it up. 2-all, 1 more series to make playoffs here at the ESL Pro League, 1 more ride with Rain. There's a whole lot of poetry on the line here. There's a whole lot of a narrative momentum behind them. But for Inner Circle, a team that's been a surprise, a pleasant one for sure. Their story in the Pro League is 2 rounds away from coming to a close. Karen's not ready for that. To Mini. This time checked, advantage back in favor of FaZe, though big damage done. And that bomb never got anywhere close to moving in. So now they've got to make the choice about where it wants to head, and that gives them some more options. Kerrigan still on top here. Splits the difference between the 2 players. Leaves it to Brokey.
Focused on Vince here, doesn't want to allow for the dive to happen. He's got to start to take some initiative.
The bomb's coming in for Mini. Brokey is not prepared for a Mini player.
Might be watching that, but he collects a kill. And there's a strike coming through for the top ropes. Frozen can save the day, and that's exactly what he does. Able to bail them out in the 1v2 on the scene, trading out his team. And FaZe are going to find their way to 12.
Been the star of this one for FaZe, without any doubt. The backstop to deliver in this round. Brilliant work from Frozen on the reposition. They just, I don't think, anticipated the second player already being there.
Strength in numbers for FaZe.
Pistols.
Find their efforts.
That's all they've got to try and keep this road, this upset story going, and Kerrigan looks to deny. Knifey down, twists the next blow dealt, looking for that bomb, spotting it, but unable to drop it to concrete.
They're going to be picked up at the very least, but a 3v4 taking some flack. Very little options left. They've got Brokey double zoom with the op on the back lines of ramp. That's shored up, and they're going to try their luck out of Squeaky. They're going to test Kerrigan.
Catch him on the reload. Oh, catch him on the re-smoke. Overlooked. Now we've got space. Now we've got a bomb plant. Now this might just be on the table for Inner Circle. They're not done yet. The bomb's down. Every player coming back in from heaven here for FaZe. Brokey can set up the flashes to get his teammates over this lip. And here they go. 1 more hurrah. Flashbang after flashbang, just pelting the site with utility. These players so blind, but their vision's clearing. And Karen from below might just be the one. A no-scope hit. Brokey looks for 1 more, but his ankle's broken. A fumble on the towers, and down he plummets.
Oh, he just missed it right there. Tried to land on top of the silo. Had to go quick. Was chasing that kill down in classic Brokey fashion. And the story going to finish with a bit of a tragedy.
The spirit of Sunny is alive on Nuke.
Oh! It's not enough vertical. Oh my god, point and laugh. Point and laugh. Wow.
Oh,
Nothing back right there. Inner circle right back in the seat. Maybe not the driver's seat here. They still have 3 rounds to chew through, but they just know what they've been given. A clutch denied by gravity.
One way to get a little bit of a pissed off FaZe. That might have been it, Karen. That might have been it. Smoke wall outside. This time, no one down into its secret. The adjustment of previous rounds has not come to pass, and Karen has gained his space. He's been so effective when they let him down here. And this time, his teammates are coming along for the ride. It's just twists.
The solution here this time around. Talked about how he shored things up, but he's playing a very passive approach. Karen going to be able to take the space once again and work some angles here. And with Twist alone, it's that B bomb site that can become vulnerable so quickly. And he'll be bypassed. Now his ramp teammates could be cut off. His vent teammates certainly cut off here. And it's perfect angle from Broke. He knocks down the headshot at a 4v5.
So prepared for that fight. Exactly what he was looking for. Now Kerrigan on the wrap. The bomb dropped in perilous place. This could be all. Gravity allowed them an extra round, but now it all falls to Knifey. And he's trying to save his team, trying to catch this, but he has to brave the op. And a shot miss gives him one more chance, trying to find the upgrade. That will be retrieved. 20 seconds. Ticking away on the clock, just not enough. Has to wait for his vision to clear, brave the flames, brave 3 crosshairs, and there's no world, no way that he can do this. So FaZe Clan keep on fighting. The feel-good story of Reign's last ride continues here at the ESL Pro League as they triumph in 2. But for Inner Circle, their story comes to an end here. They have to go. A brilliant run into stage 2, but the competition here proved just too much to bear.
Yeah, making some big statements here in Pro League. I think, again, another one of these stories where the ups